Hey guys, it's Kate, and I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to do an abstract floral today with my watercolor palette. I'm working with Marie's Masters, and this is quickly becoming, well, it actually is my favorite palette to work with now. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to work wet and wet, but kind of in a random fashion. So I'm dipping my brush into water, and I'm just going to kind of put some very randomly on my paper and kind of in the shape of a bouquet. And you can see maybe a slight tint. I'm actually working in kind of dirty water today, but this is fine with me. So I'm going to start dipping into my color. And I'm going to dip into the phthalo blue green shade and a little bit of my purple red. And I'm going to grab some more water, dip some more out of that, and it's going to give me this kind of nice bluish purpley color, which I think is really beautiful. And I'm just going to make sure I mix a pretty strong color, and I'm going to come in here with my brush and just delicately put some marks here. I'm going to do some blue flowers today. Now, some of this will spread out and some of this will be a hard edge because I'm just kind of going randomly and I don't have water everywhere. And then I'm going to lift my paper up and let some of this flow down. Just like that. Now I'm going to come in here. I'm going to add some alizarin crimson for another purple color. And I'm going to come back in with some more color. And some of these I might make a little bit more like a real flower, but I want a nice bundle of florals. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to dip into this sap green and mix it right in with this red purple mixture, and it's going to give me a very rich green color. And I'm going to put that into some spots here, just like this. And I'm going to hold this up as well and let gravity just bring this down where it's still wet. And I'm even going to tap it a bit. And you can see where I've got some water pooling up at the bottom. I'm just going to bring that up with my brush and blot it right off to the side. Now I'm going to come in with my paper towel and I'm just going to blot a little bit lightly at some of this color. And we're going to lighten it up just a bit and let some of that white come back in. All right. Now I'm going to go into my Payne's Gray and my Sky Blue and make kind of a nice grayish blue color. And I'm going to come right down here with a line of color, and I'm just going to drag that across. And come right out. Whoops. And I'm making sure my brush is very wet. I'm going to come in, whoops, come in there and put some of my stems right down into my vase. And then I'm going to dip into my burnt umber and a little bit of, my burnt sienna and a little bit of burnt umber. And come in here and just let that kind of warm up my little area where my vase is. And we're working really loose here. I'm going to brush some into just a few little spots on here for a hint of warmth, and then leave that be. Okay, this is mostly dry, but while it is drying, I'm going to come in here to my yellow ochre with the same brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of a background. So I'm going to get some pretty strong color in an area right here, and rinse my brush and blot it off. And I'm going to just bring this out very wet and loose and make kind of a nice little, I don't know, just a little bit of a background and tone our paper a little bit. And I'm going to do something similar to that. I'm going to actually flip this upside down just to make it easier. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Rinse my brush and then do some dragging just to get that color to spread out. And I'm going to blot my brush where needed. I'm going to bring this all the way up to the top. Just like that. And maybe I'll add a little touch of it over here. And it's almost like we can get our flowers to kind of stand out from that a bit, the white, but still leaving plenty of white on the page. I might loosen this side up a bit too, so it's not quite such a hard edge. And let that even come into our watercolor a bit. Just like that. We kind of have, I don't know, kind of a glow from the back of our flowers. And I'm just going to come in and sweep this across our table too, and it's going to warm up our page a bit as well. So I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to grab this round brush and start working on our bouquet again. So I'm going to reactivate this blue color and maybe add a little bit more of that sky blue just to deepen it up a bit. And I'm just going to come in here and we'll harden up some of these edges. And so I'm going to blot my brush good and just drag this in. I'm going to leave a little bit of our texture here, just like that, so we have some interest. But we're going to deepen up our colors. Okay. Now I'm going to come into my alizarin crimson and mix it right with that sky blue. All right. And I'm going to make some more hard edges here. So I'm going to come in here and make some of these little flowers. I love making these. I don't even know what you would call them, but they're just pretty. I don't know. What do you think? Now some of this might spread a little bit because remember our yellow is wet, but that's okay. Now this is kind of a empty area, so I'm going to add maybe one coming right down here. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to embrace that purple color again, just like this. Maybe add a little bit of that phthalo blue and get it nice and dark. And I'm going to make some buds here. I'm going to blot off my brush quite a bit. But sweep this up. And I'll go over some of where we already have color. And let's do one here. Just like that. Now I'm going to dip back into this phthalo blue and really blue this up. I'm going to come in and make some really loose flowers and just dab some color in here. And I'm going to really drop the color in and make it dark and rich. And even come down here. I'm embracing the colors. Okay. Let's get some Payne's Gray into this green. And let's go into our Viridian. Why not? And get a nice dark rich green going on. Mix that up. Get it nice and rich. And I'm going to do some stems off of some of these. And I'm working pretty loose today, so this is going to bleed some, but I actually really like that for this, so I'm just gonna go with the flow and let stuff come together where it wants to. But we're going to really pump up that contrast. And come out of the painting for some things. And keep working loose. Maybe add some splashes. But we just have some wildflowers going, don't we? Oh, that was on accident. But it's never too late to blot, and it's basically like it never happened. And I'm just going very loosely with my brush and making this a nice full bouquet. And where we want to, we can loosen it up, whatever. It's our painting, right? We can do whatever we want to. I think that looks pretty good. Now just a couple of these pops of brighter green. I think that really adds something here. And I'll add a little bit to this area down here. Why not? Because we can just bring some of that color down, some of that contrast. It's an abstract, and so we can really have fun with this. Actually, why don't we? Get a little dry brush going there. We could even do a little dry brush over here. And just keep it fun. Yeah, I think that looks beautiful. Okay, I think the last thing I want to do here is add some white. So I grabbed my jelly roll. I'm just going to add a couple of little fun marks. And then I think we're going to call this done. I think maybe I'll highlight some of the little doodads on these red flowers. And I'm just kind of putting in some little lines. Just like this. And maybe add a couple of leaf veins on some of these leaves. Almost to bring a few little details back in. But not all of them, just a couple of random leaves. I think what I might do is get some water and activate this buff titanium, it's my Van Gogh color, and do some splashes. I don't know how opaque it'll be, but let's see what we get. I think that actually looks really nice. Okay, I like that better than the little lines I was doing in the leaves. So, good thing I only did that on a couple. And I'll even put some splashes on those, maybe. Mess them up again. Okay. I think now we can call this done. So I'm going to do a close-up. And we'll go down the painting and show you all the different colors and textures we got, all the layers and the background and the dry brushing and the different colors here. I love that, and it just kind of brings in all the colors from the bouquet down here. And I think this turned out really nice. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day today. And until next time, keep creating.